Hi everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel Little Miss Bake. I'm Aoife and today I'm going to be showing you how to make my Irish flag cupcakes. Now I decided to make these cupcakes because I recently competed in the 2016 Miss Ireland pageant and I came first runner-up, as you can see by my beautiful sash here. So to mark my achievement I thought, why not make these gorgeous Irish flag cupcakes, because I'm proud to be Irish. Now obviously these are suitable for something like St. Patrick's Day, but if you just want to make them for the crack, like we say here in Ireland, then why not try them and share them with your friends and family. For my Irish flag cupcakes, I am going to use my trusty old cupcake recipe. I have shown this recipe before in two other videos, my rainbow cloud cakes and my jazz up your cupcake video. And if you want to see them, make sure to click on the link in the description below to check them out. Please like, subscribe and comment if you like those videos, and also of course if you like this video. I chose to use this recipe again because it's so quick and easy. You just throw everything into the bowl, mix it up, cook the cakes for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful buttercream frosting and a gorgeous white chocolate decoration. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get started now on the recipe, and this is such an easy recipe, and it's going to start off with 150 grams of self-raising flour that I'm just going to sieve into the bowl here. And that goes in like so. And I've taken some butter out of the fridge about 10 minutes before starting the recipe. I have 90 grams of butter here and I'm going to add that straight in. And then I also have 110 grams of caster sugar, which just goes in like so. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now I can just kind of do it by eye because I've done this recipe so many times. As I said, it's my trusty recipe. 2 eggs. The eggs I've also taken out of the fridge about 10 minutes beforehand, just so they can kind of incorporate better into the mixture. And finally I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk, which I've already measured out. So in that goes, and there we have it. How easy was that? We're going to add it to our mixer and mix it up for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to turn it up to a higher speed until the mixture becomes a pale yellow colour. So all the ingredients have combined and we have a nice pale yellow batter mixture here, as you can see. And now we're going to divide this evenly amongst 3 bowls for our Irish flag. And I have my bowls laid out here. I have my green food colouring ready to go. I have some liquid green food colouring. I have some whitening for the white of my flag. I found this whitening recently by Wilton and I find it really cool. And if you don't have this or you can't get your hands on it, don't worry, you can just use the cake batter colour as your white, which will work just as well. And I also have this orange food colouring. It's a gel food colouring by Wilton, which I find really good, the Wilton products. So now we are ready to add our food colouring. Now remember, it's probably best to add a little at a time instead of adding a lot, because you can't change the colour if you add too much. So here we go, we're going to start with our green. And it's probably going to blend into the bowl here because we've got a lovely green bowl. We're keeping with our Irish theme. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more colouring because I think I want a deeper green. So we're going to continue with the food colouring. We're going to add some white in here and we're going to add some orange in here, and then we're going to be ready to make our Irish flags. So we finished mixing up our batters and we have 3 lovely batters here. So we're going to start assembling our Irish flag in our cupcake cases. So I have lined a cupcake tray here with 6 cupcake cases, and I've chosen these green and white spot to keep with our Irish theme. So I'm going to start by using the orange batter that we've coloured here, and I'm going to put a small amount at the bottom of each cupcake case, and then if I have more left over I can always go back and top up the ones that maybe have a little bit less. And now we're ready to add our white for the middle of the flag. So we'll take our white here, and as you can see it's whitened up nicely with the whitening food colouring, but of course if you don't have that you can just stick to the batter colour. And we're going to do the same, and we're going to put a little dollop in each, and be careful not to try and smear it into the orange as you're doing this. So when you've finished adding all the white, what you want to do is you want to take a small teaspoon and you want to try and gently cover the orange bits that we can see underneath from the other batter. Now just be careful not to try and mix them. And finally we're going to add our green batter mixture on top to complete our Irish flag cupcakes. So with the back of a teaspoon, I'm just evening out the top of the green layer as best I can to kind of cover the white. I'm going to continue this, and then these cakes are going to go into the oven at 180 degrees for 15 minutes, and you'll know they're cooked when you insert a skewer and the skewer comes out nice and clean. Okay, so our cakes are in the oven and I cannot wait to see what they look like when they come out. So now we're going to turn our attention to our buttercream frosting. Now for this you're going to need 3 ingredients. You're going to need unsalted butter, icing sugar and milk. How easy is that? So it's really important to get unsalted butter because some butters can have quite a high salt content and they can just leave a nasty salty taste in the buttercream, and we really don't want that after putting the time and effort into making some beautiful cupcakes. We want a nice sweet frosting on top to complement them. So I have here 125 grams of unsalted butter, 240 grams of icing sugar and 2 tablespoons of milk. Now I'm going to colour my buttercream frosting with gorgeous green food colouring because why not? We're making Irish flag cupcakes, so why not top them with the colour of Ireland, which is green, and make a lovely sweet green buttercream frosting. So let's get started. Okay, so for this recipe it's really as simple as adding everything to the bowl, putting it on the mixer and waiting till everything is combined. So I've sifted my icing sugar and I've also taken the butter out of the fridge about an hour before starting the recipe. So if you can do that, great, because it's just going to combine better with the icing sugar and then it'll be easier to pipe on top of our cupcakes when it's done. I'm also going to leave the food colouring till after everything is combined in here and then add a drop at a time until I get the desired colour. The decoration for our cupcakes is gorgeous white chocolate candied shards. So for this we will need 100 grams of white chocolate, which you're going to melt down on a double boiler and then spread onto some parchment paper, and you will also need a stick of rock. Now many of you may not have heard of a stick of rock. It's quite an Irish tradition. Years ago when people would go on holiday, they would go down the country to other parts of Ireland and they would bring home their loved ones a lovely stick of candied rock. Now recently I was with the Miss Ireland organisation in Sligo and I was gifted this gorgeous Irish rock, and I thought why not incorporate it into today's recipe. So I'm going to smash it up with a rolling pin. This is fun. And I'm going to put it between this tea towel just so that the rock doesn't go everywhere and that it doesn't make too much noise. And then I'm going to sprinkle it over the white chocolate. We're going to pop it in the fridge and get gorgeous Irish jewelled white chocolate shards to go on top of our cupcakes. So I have a pan here with some simmering water and I'm just using it to melt down my white chocolate, and as you can see it's ready now to spread onto my tray, which I've lined with parchment paper, and then I'm going to sprinkle the stick of rock over the white chocolate and make lovely Irish white chocolate shards. So as you can see I'm just spreading the white chocolate onto the parchment paper and making it thin enough so it has a nice snap, but not too thin that it can't hold its own when it's on top of the cupcake. And we have to have enough for 6 nice shards for our 6 cupcakes. So now for the fun part, smashing up the rock. Now it may get a bit noisy, so be prepared for this. That's why I'm putting it in between my tea towel here, and I'm going to just start. Now I probably don't need all of this, so I'm just going to try and break up half of it, but if you break it all, you break it all. Now you can use other kind of hard candy for this and it will have the same effect. Pop it into the fridge and wait for it to set completely, and then we're going to break it into gorgeous shard pieces ready to go on top of our cupcakes. Our cupcakes have come out of the oven and they're looking great. You can actually see the green, white and orange through the paper, which is really exciting, and I can't wait to see what they look like when we cut into them in a few minutes. So now we're ready to add our buttercream frosting to the top and then our gorgeous white chocolate shard. So I'm adding the buttercream to our piping bag here, and I've just made it a bit easier for myself by putting it in a tall glass and rolling down the top of the piping bag here, just so it's easier for me to add the buttercream to the bag. We are now ready to ice our gorgeous cupcakes with our buttercream frosting, and I'm going to start on the outside and work my way in, and as you can see here you get a lovely pipe. And now for the final part, we have our gorgeous white chocolate bar here with our Irish rock candy on top, and it's really easy to peel off the parchment paper at this stage, and we're just going to smash it up and add it to our cupcake. So there we have it, a beautiful Irish flag cupcake with buttercream icing and white chocolate rock candy shard. So there we go guys, our beautiful Irish flag cupcake with buttercream frosting and white chocolate shard with rock candy. I don't think we can get any more Irish than that. I've really enjoyed making this cupcake today. If you've enjoyed watching this video, then please subscribe, like and comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to check out my other videos where I've done a different variation on this cupcake recipe, and check me out on Instagram @littlemissbake_.